Tonight I'm going to tell you about why you should become an organ donor. The need for organ donors has never been greater. In the United States, there are more than 120,000 people that are currently in need of organ transplants. There are many benefits of being an organ donor. You get to help someone who's in need of an organ, and you get to give them a second chance at life. For the receiver, you won't have to be dependent on the routine treatments to survive. Also, being an organ donor means you're giving them an improved quality of life. Registering to be an organ donor costs nothing, and it gives you the chance to save up to 8 lives, and that is a pretty big accomplishment. It is always difficult to lose a loved one. Many grieving families of organ donors can take comfort in the fact that their loss may help to save or improve the lives of others. Now I'm going to tell you about why being an organ donor is beneficial, how organ donating can affect the recipient, and how you can give the gift of life back to someone, and why it will be special. I'm going to tell you about why being an organ donor is beneficial to you. Organ donating. Being an organ donor has many perks. You can be a hero to someone who desperately needs your organs to live. You can also give comfort to the families of the patients that need your organ. It is also free to sign up, and it costs you nothing. And the registration is very easy. There are some diseases that have no cure, and if you transplant your organ to a patient who needs it, you can be that cure that they need. About organ donating. One person's donation can save up to 50 or more lives. Every 10 minutes, a new person adds his or her name to the national waiting list for an organ transplant. 21 people die every day waiting for an organ transplant. Donors can still have open casket funerals. Organ donation doesn't cost the donor's family any money. Now that I've told you about the benefits for the donor, now I'm going to tell you about how organ donating can impact the recipient receiving the organ. The recipient. The person that you are donating to could even be in the same community as you, and you can see how well you match up with them. These patients that you're donating to get a second chance to move again thanks to you. The person getting your organ will be forever grateful for what you have done for them. Being an organ donor will not affect you at all, because they only do the procedure after death. Your death could be another person's new life. Dr. Abu Elmag states, "We need to be generous and help one another." Transplant surgeons have great respect for people who donate their organs. People really need your organs. People are in desperate need for organs. Some diseases are not curable without medications, and the only medication sometimes can be your organs that you donate. More than 120,000 people are waiting for your organs in the U.S. today. People die every day waiting for patients to donate their organs. The number of people grows every day, and only you can make a difference and help these people who need organs to continue their lives. Now that I've shared with you about the recipients of the donations, I will now tell you about how giving the gift of life back to someone in need and how it will be special. Giving the gift of life. Giving life back to someone after death is something that will live on with you for forever. You will be that person's own personal hero. You can save up to 8 lives, potentially up to 50. These are people with names, people with children, people with families, and people with brothers and sisters. The most important thing is even when you die, you can continue living even after you pass away. You won't even need your organs after you pass away, so why not give it to someone who will? More facts about being an organ donor. All major religions in the U.S. support organ donation. Anyone can become an organ donor, regardless of age or medical history. Donors are needed for all races and ethnic groups. Transplant success rates increase when organs are matched between members of the same ethnic group. The success rate for organ transplants is between 80 to 90%. Also, 27% of New Yorkers age 18 and over have enrolled in the New York State Donate Life Registry as organ, tissue, and eye donors. Nationwide, the average is 50%. Now I'm going to tell you about a young man who gave the gift of life back to someone else who needed it. His name was BJ. He is a 14-year-old from California. He saved 4 lives from being an organ donor. His story is, on a Halloween night, BJ and his friends went trick-or-treating, and the next morning when he woke up, he felt dizzy and his head was hurting. As soon as he fell down, his mother called 911, and he was rushed to the hospital. After an emergency craniotomy, BJ was put on a ventilator for 7 days. The test revealed that his brain was dead. His family ultimately removed the ventilator, and he was surrounded by his family and friends. What was not known until after his death was that BJ was born with an arteriovenous malformation. This was an abnormal connection between his artery and vein in the brain that caused a cerebral hemorrhage. Through BJ's death, he gave life to 4 other people with the donation of his heart, liver, and his kidneys and pancreas. His high school retired his jersey number at the home game and dedicated it to BJ on the night of his organ donation surgery. This example of courtesy from BJ and his donation is what giving the gift of life is all about. In conclusion, becoming an organ donor is the easiest thing you could do. It is beneficial to you in many ways, and it gives life back to you even after you're dead. Tonight I have shared with you about being an organ donor and why you should become an organ donor. Why being an organ donor is beneficial, how organ donated can affect the recipient, and how you can give a life back to someone and why it will be special. Lasting impression. Being an organ donor is easy and it has no side effects on you. The feeling that you help another person to continue their life would be a life-changing experience, and you should find closure in that. Talking about donation doesn't mean talking about death, but about the opportunity to give another person a second chance at life. This is why I believe that everyone in this room and out in the world today should become an organ donor. My references are about organ donation, http://www.liveon.org. Top 8 reasons why you should become an organ donor, http://www.everyorgandonor.org. Why you should donate, http://health.clevelandclinic.org. And becoming an organ donor, http://www.transplants.org. 3 gut reasons you should become an organ donor, http://orahealth.org care blog. And the Gentle Giant, http://www.organdonor.gov/statistics/stories.